Agnes here. Conscious selection today. Now, I did a YouTube years ago on this topic, and it was a part 1. If you want to watch that first, the link to that is in the description below. In this part 2, I'm going to talk more about it and explain what it is, and I'm going to go into how to use this for you to experience enjoying more of your heartfelt desires. So what you do is you select through your strong emotion. It's a pull that you get towards certain things, a particular job at a particular company, a certain amount of money, a specific person, losing weight and getting down to a specific goal, or perhaps a house in an amazing location or a particular car. So that, I'm not telling you anything new, that part happens naturally. That pull of I want that is either negative in I can't have it or I don't have it, or it can be positive as in I so love the thought of having that and it brings you great joy. So how do you draw to yourself your particular selection? Well, you do it like this. You think of, let's say, the job, the person, and you think of having it and the feeling of being exhilarated, the feeling of telling a friend that you've manifested this, or by doing a meditation and living in the end of those emotions and the imaginal scenes. Okay? Now, Esther Hicks talks about it being a focus-based universe. So what does that really mean? Well, you put in motion and you pull towards you in your direction what you think about with joy and positive emotion. Okay, that comes towards you. Now, it also happens in the reverse. If you have strong negative emotion, you draw to you those things that you don't want, such as what we call a miscreation. Okay, now, I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Dream home. Okay, so the conscious selection process. You think about where that house is. You think about how many bedrooms it has. You think about the backyard, the front yard. You think about how close it is perhaps to your work. You think about how easy it is for you to get to see friends and family. And you might have a house that's a particular color, a house that has a vegetable garden and a herb garden, and you might even have a couple of chickens and goats out the back and a nice little fenced area. And you might have a fire pit to enjoy a nice glass of wine or some time with friends in the evenings on a balmy summer night. So there is the clarity about the house. So all the other houses that exist don't cease to exist, but they lay dormant because that's not the types of houses you desire. You know what you want and you know the house that you desire and the qualities that it has. So by doing these things that I mentioned before, thinking about having it with joy, telling a friend about it and how amazing this house is, and also by doing a meditation to live in the end. So you do an imaginal scene, or you might even choose to do it as a script. Okay? Now, I will put anything that I mention in this video down below, scripting playlist and other bits and pieces, so that you can go and explore those subjects a little bit further. Okay? Now, example number 2, the best relationship ever. How do you bring that forward? Well, you think about how good it would feel, the exhilaration of walking across the street, holding hands, having your arms around each other, walking to a lovely restaurant or cafe on a perhaps Friday night, and that you are dressed nicely and so are they, and that you enjoy having this connection and that this is part of your weekends now. and that you feel at peace, you feel connected, you feel loved, you feel that you're having a fun adventure. And this is, the best relationship I've ever had. So you get into that feeling place. Okay, so again, it doesn't mean that all other types of relationships stop to exist, meaning relationships you've had with exes, relationships that you've had that perhaps you would have liked to continue, but they didn't, or you being single, that's another opportunity to explore. It doesn't have to be that you're in a relationship, because you on your own is totally fine as well. So although you may consciously select, I want the best relationship I've ever had, all these other options are still available. Okay? Again, they lay dormant in the background. It is your desire and your, I'd really like that, that pulls it towards you. Okay? So think about, what is it that I'm naturally drawn to and that I naturally want? And have I got the exhilarated feeling when I think of it? Have I got the meditations in place to draw it to me? Do I have some little daydreams during the day where I think about it and I go, wow, that would be so great to have that now, and I linger in the enjoyment of it? Because that is how you practice the conscious selection, pulling it towards you. So let me know if you practice this, if you've heard of it, and if you like the thought of putting it into a little bit more practice. Let me know down below where you're at with this, and really, is this something that you've heard before? Because it's very easy to talk about conscious creation, but in a way, it's already created. These things lay dormant and they come towards us through our thought, our feeling, and the focus, as Abraham Hicks, the focus-based universe, what we decide to put our attention on. So lots of love, everyone. And I will put the other video as set up here next to my head for you to have a look at it. And that's it for today. Lots of love, and I'll see you very soon in the next YouTube.